The Lincoln Memorial University women's soccer team looks for a victory today after falling in conference action this past Saturday at the hands of Lenore-Ryan University. The Lady Rail Splitters gave up a late goal in the second half to fall 1-0 at the hands of the Bears. While LMU is 4-4 overall, they are 0-3 in the South Atlantic Conference, and this will be their final non-conference matchup before resuming conference play for the remainder of most of the 2017 season. They will, in fact, play Hampton on the road in Hampton, Virginia on October 24th. But other than that, in one match with Glenville State, everything else is conference from here on in. Live from the LMU Soccer Complex on the campus of Lincoln Memorial University, LMU women's soccer is on the air. Hello, everybody. Glad to have you with us on this Tuesday afternoon. A beautifully sunny day here in the tri-state area. A lot of sunshine, some warmer temperatures, and partly cloudy skies. Lady Rail Splitters taking on the Rams of Albany State today, a team that's a first-year program and has had their own trials and tribulations. They are 0-6 on the year. They have had some common opponents. They lost a 4-0 decision with Young Harris, but more so than that, this Rams team has only just been able to kind of save some face out there on the field. From an offensive standpoint, they've not been able to generate anything this year. In fact, they have 0 goals tallied. And, a goal for them here today would be somewhat of a moral victory if you could look at that, but a win would be monumental. For the Lady Rail Splitters, they are in desperate need of a shot in the arm. They, a week ago, a little less than a week ago, actually, they lost Gabby Garcia, most likely for the season, to an injury in the Lees McRae game. And then this past Saturday, we saw Caroline Souza go down. Now, she hasn't had her evaluation yet, but it is believed that she could be lost for the majority of the year, if not for the entire season. So, 2 big hits, both to the offensive side and the defensive side of the pitch for the Lady Rail Splitters. And today they're going to have to figure out a way to score without their top scorer on the team, and that was Caroline Souza. When you look at the statistics following Souza's effort, I mean, you've got Mariana Diaz ranked second on the team in goals scored, and I think she's only got 2. But as a team, this Lady Rail Splitter squad has given up a total of 4 matches this year in which they have not been able to score a goal. So offense is something that does not always come easy to this team. In fact, their best goal total in one particular match was in the first 2 of the season, and that's Erskine and against Tennessee Westland. And today they're going to have the ability to get the ball in the back of the frame if they're going to knock off this hard-nosed and roughly tattered Albany State team. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll look further into today's match between Lincoln Memorial and Albany State University. It's coming up next here through the LMU Sports Network.
When accidents happen, our 30 minutes or less ER service pledge can mean less waiting and faster care. The 30 minutes or less ER service pledge at Tenova Healthcare.
Look and feel like an all-star with All-Star Trophies of Harrogate. Laser engraving, sublimation printing, screen printing, and digital direct garment printing. Whatever the occasion, Josh Hickey and the crew at All-Star Trophies can custom design to fit every individual need with no minimum orders or setup fee. All-Star Trophy also offers a wide selection of area high school and college apparel, as well as trophies and awards to celebrate that big achievement. Locally owned and operated by Troy and Floyd and Poor. All-Star Trophies across from the LMU campus, Harrogate. Pinnacle Performance Physical Therapy of Harrogate takes an individualized approach to treating people of all ages. Our therapists' goals are to assist patients in reaching the pinnacle of their performance at school, work, and play. We utilize state-of-the-art equipment such as the Ultra-G anti-gravity treadmill, used to rehabilitate injuries and pain throughout the body's lower extremities, and the Light Force Deep Tissue Laser Therapy, a drug-free way of treating pain throughout the body. Contact us for an appointment today. Pinnacle Performance Physical Therapy, 362 Catawba Avenue, Harrogate.
They stopped by for lunch and breakfast, and that's when he found true love. From favorite meals to favorite hats, Cracker Barrel Old Country Store. Enjoy every little thing. Stop by for our weekday lunch specials, just $5.99 with a different choice each weekday.
Since 1973, DeRoyal has been a leader and an innovator in manufacturing products for the healthcare industry. DeRoyal supplies more than 20,000 products and product lines such as acute care, orthopedics, wound care, and trauma. DeRoyal is proud to be the largest supplier of orthopedic soft goods to clinics and hospitals in the nation. Since its start in Tazewell, Tennessee, DeRoyal has grown to open factories in over 29 locations worldwide and employs over 2,000 people. DeRoyal, a name you can trust and an employer you can count on.
Coke Zero is now Coke Zero Sugar, with great Coke taste. Some people were excited to hear the news, some were skeptical. So we're not going to have the star of the show you're watching come out and say, "You'll love it." No special jingle written by this week's hottest pop star. No famous internet celebs who happen to be holding the label just so. Okay, maybe just one little pour shot. The only thing that will make you believe Coke Zero Sugar has great Coke taste is trying it yourself. Ice cold Coke Zero Sugar. Try one today.
Our 30 minutes or less ER service pledge means you'll find less waiting for the care you need. And because we're a full-service hospital, we can provide a lot more care if you need it. Less waiting, faster care at Tenova Healthcare.
The Lady Rail Splitters suffered their third 1-0 loss of the season on Saturday afternoon as the Lenore-Rhine Bears scored an 83rd minute goal to drop Lincoln Memorial to 0-3 in South Atlantic Conference play. It marks the first time in 2003 that the LMU women's soccer program has been handed a 1-0 setback in the same season. The Lady Rail Splitters were shut out for the fourth time in the past 5 matches in Saturday's loss to Lenore-Rhine. Lincoln Memorial has had problems scoring against non-conference opponents, though averaging 2 goals per game, including a pair of 3-goal outbursts against Erskine and Tennessee Westland, as we mentioned earlier. Aside from the 4-0 loss to Queens, the Lady Rail Splitters have been rock solid defensively in the team's 7 matches, other than the letdown against the Royals. Lincoln Memorial's giving up an average of .71 goals per match. The Lady Rail Splitters have been most vulnerable off the set pieces as a free kick led to Lenore-Rhine's game-winning goal. Albany State, a first-year program out of Albany, Georgia, is not only winless on the season, as we mentioned, but they are also looking for their first goal of the year, as the Golden Rams have been outscored 31-0, including 6 losses to Valdosta State, West Florida, and also Thomas, as well as that loss we mentioned earlier to Young Harris. So as far as we know, historically, this will be the first meeting, and I think that's pretty accurate, being a first-year program. So it will be something that will be written in the history books without the shadow of a doubt, and one team will have the advantage, providing we don't end in a tie, which you already know how I feel about that. Let's take a look at the starting lineup. First of all, for the Golden Rams of Albany State, they are under the direction of head coach Alex Pickrell. The goalkeeper is a 5'4" freshman out of Milton, Florida. That's Reagan Melvin. She'll wear 00 for those of you watching at home today. Abby Whiteside is listed as a goalkeeper as well. Both are listed as starters. 5'6" and a junior out of Marietta, Georgia. They won't have 2 in the net, I don't believe. Maybe that's how they've been rock solid. But definitely takes away from the offensive attack. Alicia Kostrova is a midfielder, 5'4", and a freshman from Tallahassee, Florida. Izzy Salazar will make the start at midfield, 5'2", and a freshman out of McDonough, Georgia. Laura Valcourt, a defender forward, 5'3", and a junior out of Panama City, Florida. Jenna Wade will start at the center mid position, 5'3", and a junior out of Milton, Florida. Leticia Kupalili will start also on the midfield, 5'4", and a sophomore out of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Frenchelle Bryant, a forward, 5'7", junior out of Tallahassee, Florida. Roberta da Silva Lima will make the start at defender. She's a junior, 5'4", out of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. And then the final starter is Sydney Bishop. She's a defender forward, 5'3", and a junior out of Tampa, Florida. And again, the Golden Rams are 0-6 on the year. Lady Rail Splitter starters for today. Brooke Taylor will start, as usual, in the frame. 5'10", and a junior from White Pine, Tennessee. Patricia Roach makes the start at midfield, 5'10", and a senior out of St. Jacinto, California. Melissa Carpenter makes the start on the midfield, 5'7", a senior out of Jacksonville, Florida. Isiara starting at midfield and forward, a 5'6" junior out of Miami, Florida. Caroline Temple starts at defender, a 5'9" junior from Jacksonville. She's going to be the main strength of that back defensive line today with the loss of Garcia last week. Jacqueline Kristoff, also a midfield defender, 5'9", and a sophomore out of Eatonville, Washington. Mariana Diaz, now the leading scorer on the team that is healthy enough to play. She's a midfielder but could potentially play up top today, 5'7", and a freshman from Knoxville. Courtney Boyd makes the start at defender, 4'11", a junior out of Chattanooga, Tennessee. Stephanie Cawthorn starts on the midfield, 5'7", a sophomore from Orlando, Florida. Rachel Grant making the start at the midfield or forward position, 5'5", and a sophomore of Roswell, Georgia. And Kate Zander makes the start at defender, 5'5", and a sophomore out of Bainbury, Tennessee. Sean Frazier, head coach of the Lady Rail Splitters, in his first season at the helm, 4-4 on the year, 0-3 in league play. And while this will not be a conference matchup, it is in fact a regional matchup. The thing that really surprises me most with LMU's Caroline Souza out of the lineup, I really kind of anticipated that we would see a couple of different individuals in the starting lineup today, but certainly Coach Frazier knows his team better than any of us here in the press box, and without any hesitation, he has put some surprising names in the starting lineup, and that may be just to try to give these youngsters an edge and an opportunity to come in and show what they're made of. So we'll see how that plays out as both Lincoln Memorial and Albany State prepare for the starting introductions here at the LMU Soccer Complex. I want to remind you that we will be on the air this coming Saturday for Lady Rail Splitter Volleyball. Friday night's game somewhat in the air at this point, but the LMU volleyball team playing Anderson on Saturday afternoon, and we'll have pregame coverage of that beginning about 15 to 20 minutes prior to the opening serve. Mike Smith and I will have the call. And should we decide to, or should we be able to carry Friday evening's match with Francis Marion, you can catch the updated information on that on the LMU Athletics website at LMURailsplitters.com. Want to remind you as well that today's broadcast is a product of LMU Community TV and the LMU Sports Network. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or reuse of any kind without the express written consent of Lincoln Memorial University, LMU Community TV, and the LMU Sports Network is prohibited. All right, we're going to take a commercial break while they go through the starting lineups and the national anthem, and we'll be back with today's opening touch as LMU plays host to Albany State here on the LMU Sports Network.
From good food to good music, Angelo's in the Gap has your recipe for a good time. Whether it's our signature cuisines, piping hot and fresh from the oven, or our cold selection of domestic beers and other adult beverages, Angelo's blends your taste buds with the finest local music around Wednesday through Saturday night. If you're looking to unwind or to begin pregame, catch Angelo's Happy Hour from 4 to 6 p.m. daily in the vault. Angelo's open 4 to 11 p.m. Monday through Thursday, 4 p.m. to midnight Friday, noon to midnight on Saturday, and noon to 9 p.m. Sunday. Angelo's in the Gap.
Make Boone's BP your destination for everything from gas, snacks, and soft drinks to beer, wine, and lottery tickets. Boone's has some of the cheapest prices in the tri-state area. And while you're there, visit their 24-hour ice house to make sure your beverages are the coldest around. Boone's is just a short drive from Harrogate and Middlesboro and is open Monday through Thursday 6 to 10 p.m., Friday and Saturday 6 to 11, and Sunday 7 to 10. Boone's BP, located on 58 across from the Buffalo.
Since 1959, Giles Industries has built more than 86,000 quality homes through craftsmanship of team members from the tri-state area. Our clients are extremely important to us, and we're looking for team-oriented family members which allow us to continue that level of excellence known to come with the Giles brand. Our team members receive above-average pay, great health, dental, and vision coverage, a 401k retirement package, and up to 2 weeks paid vacation following the first year of employment. Contact us about joining our Giles Industries family. Giles Industries, quality homes built by family for family. When you're traveling throughout the tri-states, stay smart at Holiday Inn Express of Middlesboro. With nearly 60 rooms to choose from, fitness center, full complimentary hot breakfast bar, and seasonal pool, Holiday Inn Express of Middlesboro is all about catering to your travel needs. Our rooms are all equipped with flat screen TV, refrigerator, microwave, and we're conveniently located just seconds from the area's attractions. When you're on the road, stay smart at Holiday Inn Express, located on the Cumberland Gap Parkway, Middlesboro. Make reservations today by calling 606-248-6860. Established in Jonesville, Virginia in 1888, Powell Valley National Bank has been serving businesses and residents of the region for more than 125 years and stands as the fifth oldest bank in the Commonwealth today. With additional locations now throughout the region, today Powell Valley National Bank offers the convenience of state-of-the-art banking, whether it be home, personal, business, convenience, or loans, while still assisting its customers one person at a time. Find us online at powvalleybank.com. Powell Valley National Bank, stability and banking you can count on.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Yesteryear Country Market is your destination for the finest and freshest foods in the tri-state area. Yesteryear features a variety of groceries, natural foods, and homemade desserts like their mudslide brownie and strawberry pudding. Yesteryear also has baked goods prepared fresh every day, such as their freshly baked breads sold by the loaf, or they can be put on a sandwich from their deli. Yesteryear Country Market, located at 1453 Highway 63 in Cumberland Gap.
It's the Old Town Grill.
The Old Town Grill is a special place where you bring more than family, more than friends. Bring a hearty appetite, because at the Old Town Grill, you'll never walk away hungry. A delicious change from the ordinary. The perfect place to bring the entire family. The best food and plenty of it. Join the fun and treat your appetite to something special.
It's the OTG.
The OTG is the place to be.
It makes a difference when a physician is trained to truly listen. At the LMU Medical Clinic, it is our mission to provide the highest quality medical care possible for our community, in our community. Our physicians are trained in the philosophy of osteopathic medicine. We look beyond your symptoms and take the time to get to know you as a whole person, from children to adults and everyone in between. We don't see patients, we see people.
Welcome back to the LMU Soccer Complex. Rusty Peace here with you. Glad to have you along with us. As Tyler Rowlett is your camera operator for today, Adam Haley, your director. And that's about the crew we have today. We really don't have a full complement of crew today, so we just do the best we can here, folks. And we appreciate your support of Lincoln Memorial University Soccer. And we certainly appreciate the sponsorship of all of our area sponsors for helping to make the broadcast of Lincoln Memorial University Athletics possible. Without their contributions, we would not be able to bring you these broadcasts. And when we look at the calendar, we're really not that far away from the thick of the broadcast schedule, which would be basketball and volleyball overlapping somewhat and soccer kind of rounding things out. But just around the corner as we close in on the final days of September, Lady Rail Splitters will be on the road this coming weekend when they travel way over to the other side of the South Atlantic Conference to take on the Bulldogs of Wingate University. That'll be a 1 o'clock start on the Wingate campus, and I'm sure they'll be doing a broadcast of that match. We're set to get underway here in Harrogate, and Albany State will have the opening possession here in the first half. And here we go. Albany State wearing the blue and white tops with blue shorts. LMU in the navy uniforms with white numerals. As we said a couple of times in the pregame, Albany State still winless on the year, but they have not scored a goal yet either, so they are looking to get some offense going in some regard. Single match today, no rail splitter match after this. Carpenter plays it back. Ball sent up through the left side, intended for Boyd. And knocked out by the Rams. Throw in. This is Diaz right through the middle on the interior midfield. Plays it across to Yara. Yara looking to the wide side of the field. And that ball up line misplayed either by Yara or the person she was trying to pass to. And if I'm correct, that's Stephanie Cawthorn. Golden Rams up the far sideline. If you look down their roster, they have a few freshmen, but primarily juniors. Lincoln Memorial taking 2 big hits last week on the offensive and defensive end of the pitch with Gabby Garcia and Caroline Souza going out of the lineup. Garcia lost for the season. Souza has yet to be evaluated. Corner kick for the Golden Rams, as it will be from the far corner. Pretty good looking ball into the box area and cleared away by one of the Lady Rail Splitters off the near sideline. That'll be another throw in for the Golden Rams. Some of the student body here in attendance today, enjoying the sunshine. Rachel Maddie, now your camera operator, as I see out here. Ball played back to Taylor, and she'll switch the field for Lincoln Memorial. Xander makes the turn, tries to go up line with it, and it's flicked across midfield. Nice job by Albany State's Laura Valcourt to get possession by knocking it away. Valcourt in the backfield. Now it's Kupalili. Header on the midfield, again by Diaz. And here's Carpenter, possibly a breakaway. Carpenter shoots from the left side, and a great save by the keeper as she laid out to her right to come up with that blast by Carpenter off the left side. And the keeper, Abby Whiteside, with her first save of the afternoon. Whiteside's punt at midfield, headed by the Lady Rail Splitters. Boyd will take over. Drops back to Temple. Now up to Carpenter near sideline. Nice ball through over to Boyd. Boyd making a run. Looking across, she's got a player right through the middle. Played back to Boyd, and an offside call as the linesman far side made the call. And I've agreed with a bunch this year. Boyd was behind the 18 when the linesman raised his flag, and that's where he stopped, was right even with the 18. So, in my opinion, she was very much onside. LMU student body getting with it here today, primarily the women's basketball team. Here's Whiteside's kick from the goal. Checked back on the second ball by Lincoln Memorial. Nice header toward the frame. Carpenter charging hard. Carpenter trying to get around the corner against the defender, Valcourt. And that ball knocked off the end line for a goal kick. Carpenter with the last touch. Again, as you may hear in the background, that's the LMU women's basketball team, part of them anyway. Wind starting to pick up, blowing very stern toward the southeast today, right toward the Albany State goal here in the first half. This is Frenchelle Bryant, plays it across through the midfield. Taken away by Garcia, rather by Diaz, beg your pardon. We got some artificial noisemakers out there. Boyd on the near sideline. Plays through to Carpenter. Back to Boyd. Nice check pass. Boyd looking across for options. Had it stripped from behind by Izzy Salazar. And that'll roll off the inline. Beg your pardon. That will be a throw-in as it was cleared out by Salazar. Diaz battling with Salazar. Plays it to Boyd. Boyd sidesteps the defender. Ball's knocked away from her. In the interior midfield now to Rachel Grant. Yara battles for it. Over it goes and away to Cawthorn. Out on the right side for Xander. And Xander has it cleared off the far side of the field for an LMU throw-in. Throw-in intended for Yara. Can't quite come up with it. I think there's two different factions of the LMU women's basketball team competing for crowd noise today. Ball knocked off the inline by the Golden Rams. That'll be last touched by Alicia Kostrova. And LMU will have a corner from the far side of the field as Isiara stands over there to take it. Around 7 minutes into this single and solo match today. Both teams still scoreless. Ball bending toward the frame, headed high and out wide to the left, and that's going to be last touched by the Golden Rams as LMU should have another corner kick. Bending ball again toward the frame, and it just got cleared by a non-keeper. It was there's a shot by Carpenter that's deflected away. And apparently, maybe an offside call, hard to say. Stoppage in play now asked for by the referee with 37:11 on the clock. Did the goal go? Well, apparently it did because maybe the player was in the frame. So, yeah, apparently there was a goal there. As odd as it was, I never saw who actually got the head on it or made the goal, but must have been a score right there. It was the most anonymous score that I believe I've ever seen. Lincoln Memorial clearing it out off the far sideline. Where's that music coming from? .36-22 to play. Already 1-0 Lincoln Memorial, and again, kind of an anonymous goal there. As we really couldn't tell who put it in frame, but I thought it was cleared out by one of the Albany State players. I believe it was, but I think she was actually across the goal line, and the referee thus issued a goal. Lady Rail Splitters playing with it in the defensive back of the pitch. Ball up through to Carpenter. Carpenter looking for options. Plays one up line. That's intended for Boyd. She's in a sprint to get to it. And it is cleared out of play by Salazar. Beg your pardon, that was Valcourt. Roach through the interior. And again, it's cleared toward midfield. Nothing but LMU jerseys there as it'll be taken by the Lady Rail Splitters' Jacqueline Kristoff. Across and over to Temple. Temple looks to the near sideline. Now she's going to carry space through across midfield. Again, plays it up line. Hits Boyd on the run. And Valcourt beats her to it to knock it out of play. So the Lady Rail Splitters now will step two and try to lock this in. Nice ball into the box that time by LMU's Melissa Carpenter that was headed out wide to the right, and that'll be a goal kick for Albany State. .34-34 to play, first half. Ball up the far sideline, sent by Lincoln Memorial, but picked up by Valcourt. Valcourt has got some speed, and she is all over that defensive backfield. You can't fault the cheering section down there. It's getting quite loud, but cheering's one thing, the music's another. We backed our crowd mic off a little bit. Jenna Wade now trying to work things around as the possession goes to the Golden Rams. Throw into the far side. Check toward the interior. Picked up by, I believe that's Yara. Lead pass to Roach. Back to Yara on the check pass. Sends one through the middle that's flicked away. And cleared toward midfield that time by Izzy Salazar. Carpenter trying to get to it. Salazar right there on her. Plays it around her. Carpenter using her speed. Crosses toward the top of the 18. Check back and no LMU jerseys there. I think she was trying to go to Diaz. Great move there. And a shot that's wide left by LMU's Rachel Grant. So the goal kick for Albany State. And, you know, when you're 0-6 and you haven't scored a goal all year, it takes a lot of courage just to lace up those boots and get out there on the field and compete. And from the very get-go here, the Golden Rams have been on the defensive. Now, the referee just said something. I'm not sure who he was talking with, but he said something to the ball boys on the near sideline. LMU pressuring hard back there on the defensive end once more. Ball up and across midfield, headed back. And check to the middle. Picked up by Temple. Temple carrying a lot of space. Up through to Roach. Roach under pressure. Looking for Carpenter, and it's Salazar that will get it back for Albany State. Ball across midfield. Hits their player right in the feet and deflected and stolen by LMU's Jacqueline Kristoff. Beg your pardon, that's Caroline Temple. At 12 and 17 looks very similar from my vantage point here in the press box. A little bit over or under 15 minutes in here. Carpenter trying to work her way through the interior. Yara gets it back for LMU and turns it over. Salazar played it up to Melvin. Melvin gets it across midfield. Now it's picked up by Kristoff. Across the midline to Yara. Great first touch. Makes her turn. Under pressure now from behind. Looks wide to the far side of the field. Pretty good looking ball, but the defender was right on the LMU player, Kate Zander, and that's knocked out of play to Lincoln Memorial for throw-in. Throw in toward the box area. Headed back. Valcourt came up with possession, now up toward the midfield line. And a pretty good looking run here for the Golden Rams as they've got a 2-3 break. Offensive player stood up about a 2/3 field. Temple really providing some defensive pressure. That is actually Wade. And that's where the threat stops as the ball is sent toward the box and Taylor comes up with it. Challenge ball at midfield, kicked back by Salazar. And LMU will get the second ball. Boyd plays back again to Taylor. LMU looking for shape here, looking for that seam in the defense. Played out wide to the far side. Now switched back across to the near. Temple carrying space. Plays up to Carpenter. Carpenter had a little flick of the ball near midfield, and I think she thought perhaps there was a offensive player a little closer behind her than there was, and that ball had a lot of ways to go before it got to any LMU player, and thus the Golden Rams took possession. Back with LMU now. Temple again trying the near sideline. Finds Boyd. Boyd check pass over to Carpenter and up to Boyd. And not a great pass that time by Carpenter. Good looking run through a seam that time by Laura Valcourt. And LMU called with the foul in the double team. So kick from midfield for Albany State. Ball heading toward the top of the box area. Yara tries to run in front of it and change direction, but has it stolen by Jenna Wade. Wade turns, sends it through the middle. Stolen from behind by LMU's Rachel Grant. Temple got a piece of that. Now it's Kristoff that takes it out the far side of the box. Temple again trying through the seam. This time finds Carpenter. Carpenter looking left side for Boyd. There's a lot of support through the middle. Boyd going all the way to the corner to get it. Crosses into the box area. Roach, we've said it. Yara, I believe, with a attempted shot. Didn't get a lot on that, and it went wide left out of play, so a goal kick for the Rams. LMU continues to pressure. We still, at this point, I don't think we're 100% certain who scored that opening goal, but it is 1-0 LMU as we're down to the 27-31 mark of this first half. Ball bounces at midfield, headed across the midline by Melvin, and that'll be an LMU throw-in. Comes into Diaz. Diaz has it cleared away and knocked out by Lincoln Memorial for Albany State possession. Long throw up line, and unable to keep it in play was Brittany Evans of Albany State. She's a 5'5" junior out of Atlanta, Georgia. You look over there on the bench, and they've only got about 3 reserves, so not a lot of room for substitution. Yara plays through, intending to get it to Carpenter, and again, it's picked up by the Albany State defense. Boyd with the stop in the backfield, plays over to Yara. Stolen away by Wade. Ball through the middle, good run, and Brooke Taylor comes out, closes the distance, and that was a legit threat as Evans was charging hard and ran past 2 LMU defenders back there to get into the box and about 2 steps away from taking a shot. Here's Boyd making a run. Boyd plays through to Roach in the middle. Back to Boyd, a little bit hard. Carpenter picks it up. Carpenter looking to shoot, wide right. And LMU might have gotten a little of a hurry that time, but at least they're looking aggressive, looking to shoot. You have to wonder how long that Albany State can continue to try to pressure the LMU offense and stay in a 1-0 match. Headed across midfield by the Golden Rams. Xander trying to track it down. Sent up line. Kept in play. And Kristoff kicks it out off the far sideline as LMU will back up and try to get in position defensively. .25:08 to play, first half. Roach at midfield. Gets it over to the far sideline. Check back towards Yara. Sent up line. That may be Xander making the run. Hard to tell from here. Xander unable to turn the corner, but the ball knocked out by the Golden Rams, and LMU with another throw-in in deep Albany State territory. Throw into Yara. Headed toward the box. Roach got a piece of it, but not enough to keep it in there, and it's cleared away. Boyd back on the midline. Decides to drop back to Taylor. When we talked to Coach Fraser the other day, he wasn't happy about some of the drops that LMU made late in the match. Carpenter trying to play to herself, and that ball out off of Albany State. Short throw in. Boyd working her way through the interior. Ball's cleared away. Diaz checks back to Carpenter. Carpenter rips one through the left side, and it's checked out by Salazar. Perhaps that was foul court. Temple. Direct ball up toward the top of the box area. Yara now challenging through the interior. Stolen by Roach. Roach gets around the defender. Now she's got one to beat. Roach trying to turn the corner and unable to, as that will be kicked just off the sideline for an LMU throw-in. Lady Rail Splitters scored an early goal. And we'll try to get a clarification on that when we have the opportunity. Throw in, flicked up line, and knocked out a play by the Golden Rams. And a stoppage asked for at the 22:45 mark by the referee. And that will be for a water break as we have the mandatory hydration break by the officials. 1-0 Lincoln Memorial, 22:44 to go first half. We're back right after this on the LMU Sports Network.
At Minton Family Dental Care, we do more than your ordinary dentist. From cavity prevention, teeth cleaning and whitening, to digital radiographs, Velscope cancer screenings, digital impressions, and soft tissue lasering. Dr. Jessica Minton provides the highest quality dental care to children of all ages and adults alike, and is a member of the American Dental Association and the Tennessee Dental Association. We have an easy payment plan, accept all major dental insurances and all major credit cards. Make your family's next dental appointment today. Minton Family Dental Care.
For over 42 years, Danny England Motors has been the automotive sales leader in Claiborne and surrounding counties. Prioritizing quality over quantity and boasting superior customer service, we stand above the rest in delivering automotive excellence. Visit us at the 421 North Block in New Tazewell for selection and service. Visit us on Facebook, Instagram, and of course DannyEnglandMotors.com for new arrivals, local wholesale trades, and more. Go Rail Splitters. DannyEnglandMotors.com.
Welcome back as we are back at the LMU Soccer Complex. 1-0 Lincoln Memorial on that goal that was scored by Jacqueline Kristoff. Apparently she took the corner kick from the far side of the field, and the corner actually went in before it could be cleared. So kind of assisted herself on an unbelievably bent ball. But as we said, the wind is blowing very stern toward the southeast, and that would have played right into Kristoff's ball that was struck by the left leg. So Lincoln Memorial leading 1-0, and trying to add to that with a lot of offensive pressure here in the last few minutes of this first half. You hear the LMU basketball team, women's basketball team in the background cheering the Lady Rail Splitters on here today as they take on the Golden Rams of Albany State, and it'll be Courtney Boyd with the inbound, or the throw-in, if you will. Went from soccer to basketball, back to soccer there, and I said inbound instead of throw-in. We're set to get underway again here. That mandatory stoppage by the officials for hydration, being a hot afternoon here in September. Throw in toward Roach, check toward the interior. Roach steps to, comes up with it, drops back to Grant. Grant plays through the middle. And a shot that was deflected by Cawthorn. Maybe it was Stephanie. Did you say it was Stephanie Cawthorn that scored the goal? In any case, the Lady Rail Splitters up 1-0. Header near the midfield mark on the challenge ball. Second ball taken by the Lady Rail Splitters. Here's Yara through the interior. Plays up to Roach. Now back to Yara. Mishandled. Grant will drop back to the far side. That is Kristoff. Now over to Temple. Temple up to Diaz, looking for Boyd. Had to play it short. Boyd will come up with it on the near sideline, keeps it in play. Grant now showing some dribbling skills back there. Drops to Temple and the switch of the field. Taken by Kristoff. Up through the right side. Deflected back through the interior. Grant sends it through. And to track it down for the Golden Rams, it'll be Laura Valcourt. Grant check pass to the far side. LMU pretty well just playing catch with it in the defensive backfield, just looking for an opening. Up to Carpenter. Check pass to Diaz. Left side intended for Boyd. Not a great pass again as it was turned over. Good defensive step two by Temple. Checks it up line. Carpenter doesn't have the wheels to get there in time, and that'll go out of play for a goal kick. Lincoln Memorial also under the first-year direction of head coach Sean Frazier. You know, they did really well in the off-season indoor, and there were some big expectations for the 2017 fall season. And they started off in a big way, but they have not been able to capitalize in the South Atlantic Conference. And this year it looks like there are some really strong teams in league play. They'll have their hands full this Saturday when they travel over to Wingate University, as the Bulldogs are currently in first place at 5-1 overall, 4-0 in South Atlantic Conference action. Boyd will have the throw in off the near side of the field. Long pass up line. Diaz trying to keep it in. Checks it towards Carpenter through the interior. Now back to Diaz. And the drop to Boyd. Over to Temple. Out it goes and away to Kristoff. To the right side, Yara's there again. Long pass up line, and that's well off the abilities of the LMU player over there that was making a run up the far sideline. And if I'm not mistaken, that is Kate Zander. Approaching the 19-minute mark, as we are better than 25 minutes into this one. Goal kick on its way from Whiteside. Headed toward midfield. And one of the few runs that the Golden Rams have had, Boyd stops it quickly as she steps in and takes it away. Now makes her turn in the backfield. Sends up line to Carpenter. Check pass through the interior, picked up again by the Golden Rams. That was a mistake. Diaz recovers, plays over to Yara through the midfield. To the far sideline. Zander looking through. And again, it's stolen by Albany State. Here's Roach turning. Sends over to Yara. LMU's got a three-person support through the middle. Back to Roach. Up to Yara. Great pass. Yara beat to the ball by the defender, and there was a collision outside the 18. Both players are still down. And I think that the wise thing to do would be to kick it out here, but Albany State sending it upfield, and most likely Lincoln Memorial will play it as the official calls for a stoppage at 17:46. Issa Yara still down for Lincoln Memorial, and Sean Frazier could little afford to lose any more players. Looks like maybe the Albany State player may have taken a shot in the face inadvertently in that collision. And I've yet to be able to identify a number on that person down on the field. But she is being tended to by the athletic training staff from Albany State University, as both teams will take the opportunity to either talk with their coach or to get some water in them. 17:39 is when the clock stopped, and we still have a player down on the field. Folks, want to remind you that while we've got a break in the action, Thursday nights at 6:30, you can join host of the Rail Splitter Athletics Report, Brandon Burke, for the latest going on with Lincoln Memorial University Athletics. That's Thursday nights at 6:30 on Vive Cable, Sunset Media Cable. The Rail Splitter Athletics Report with your host, Brandon Burke. Still a stoppage in play here. Yara up and appears to have shaken out the cobwebs somewhat. Pretty good collision about a yard outside of the box area. And it was two players just going after the ball. And now the athletic training staff from Albany State is trying to help the individual to her feet. She does seem to be responding. She's sitting up at this point. I believe that is actually Reagan Melvin. Three of her teammates there checking on her. And they have been reluctant to get her up to this point. It's not I mean, I would assume probably some type of head injury. She looks a little woozy. And still holding her forehead with her left hand, but athletic training staff getting ready to help her off the field, I believe. So an injury substitution most likely will take place. But again, we talked about the lack of depth on the Albany State roster. And they've only got about 3 players that they could substitute. So not sure exactly what Coach Pickrell has in mind, but he is limited as to his options. So they are helping her off the field now. And she will get a round of applause from both her teammates and the LMU faithful here this afternoon. 1-0 Lincoln Memorial, as LMU scored an early goal off of a corner kick. That's where a lot of the damage has been done this year by the Lady Rail Splitters from an offensive standpoint. LMU had possession of the ball when it was sent upfield, and Brooke Taylor, the keeper, grabbed it. It was not sent out by Albany State, so my guess is that it will be LMU possession. And my guess was correct. That is, in fact, Reagan Melvin. So we may just have a drop ball in the defensive backfield by the referee, and that appears to be the case. Christoph will have the strike for LMU. And I guess the Lady Rail Splitters are going to let Albany State have it back. I'm a little surprised at that. They chose not to kick it out. Whiteside with the kick from the top of the box area. Challenge ball untouched. On the bounce, knocked back by Lincoln Memorial and then knocked across midfield. Roach with a header over to Carpenter. She'll stay with it, though. Pushed off the ball. She'll have the angle on it. Gets it back up through almost to Carpenter before it's picked off by the Golden Rams. And Roberta da Silva Lima got it back and then turned it over. Another throw in for the Lady Rail Splitters near sideline. Courtney Boyd to oblige. Thrown up line, intended for Roach. Cleared toward the end line on a pretty good-looking strike by Letitia Kupalili. And she'll take the turn and send it upfield. Foul called on Albany State. looking for options. Left side over to Diaz. Tried to get it back to Boyd and turned it over. Good tackle by Diaz, but no LMU helpers there. Roach turns, sends it back to Diaz. Yara was the intended receiver of that pass, but it was stolen on a poor pass by Diaz. Sent up the field, speed now. Taylor coming out to clear it away. And really what they're trying to do, and it's very evident that if they can squeeze it past everything except the last couple of defenders, they are putting, I think that's Frenchelle Bryant back there to let her just outrun those last couple of defenders towards the box. And fortunately for LMU, Brooke Taylor's got a little bit of speed, and she was able to close the distance both times. Pass to the far side of the field. Kristoff through the interior now as LMU probes that defensive effort. Long ball up line and running over there to grab it for Albany State's Laura Valcourt. Women's basketball team getting some of the men's soccer team to join the cheer now. Pass to the far sideline, deflected out by Albany State. 14-12 to go, first half. Ball toward the box area. Gets away. Carpenter unable to track it down before it goes off the end line, and another goal kick for the Golden Rams. I would say at this point, 90% of the minutes we've played here in the first half have been played on the Albany State end, and that's to be expected. I mean, we know that they really have had no offensive attack to speak of, and Lincoln Memorial has been kind of lacking in that area somewhat over the past several matches. There's a ball across the top again. Boyd will track it down on the near side of the field. Makes her turn, no defenders pressing. Sends it up line to Carpenter, flick toward the interior. Diaz back to defender, now she'll make a turn. Yara with a flick to the far side, or a leave if you will. Now back to Yara. Up through the seam. Xander, beg your pardon, Cawthorn sent that over to Yara. Now Xander.
Okay, y'all are gonna do it this time and not make us look stupid.
Welcome back. Live television here. I had to cut the crowd mic entirely. I've got a fan within 6 inches of it right now. LMU with the possession. Ball sent into the back of the defense, and a throw in for the Lady Rail Splitters. Still a throw in for LMU. It's been a grinding first half. I mean, both teams have really played hard, but the attack has been all LMU thus far. There's a ball kicked out off the inline. That'll be a corner for the Lady Rail Splitters. It was a deflection on a pass that was attempted by one of the LMU players. Under the 12-minute mark, bending ball toward the top of the box. Roach whiffs it out at the 18. Then took another shot that was knocked away. Yara with the first touch off that and knocked out for a goal kick. .11:17 on the clock, and Lincoln Memorial drops back to midfield trying to get that challenge ball. Second ball picked up by the Lady Rail Splitters. Diaz making a run through the interior. Ball up to Carpenter, knocked back. Stolen away by Roach. Now up to Carpenter, left side of the box. Over to Roach again, trying to sidestep the defender. Gives out to Carpenter. Rips a shot from 40 out, right into the keeper's hands. She didn't even have to move out of her tracks. Just had to reach up above her head to grab that one, and a pretty good looking save by Abby Whiteside. Short punt, doesn't make it to midfield. Carpenter will get it on the second attempt for Lincoln Memorial. Ball through the middle. This is headed for Yara. Yara unable to get there on the foot race with Bishop. And a foul called by the referee. That'll be a possession toward the Golden Rams, and Yara called for the push-off. Here's Diaz again through the middle, pressured from behind, gets around that defender. Sidesteps another, takes a shot from the right side, and that will fly wide right. It actually hit the rope supporting the back of the net. So LMU shooting a lot, but just way off on their shots thus far. They have had very few on goal here in the first half. Challenge ball. This time won by the Golden Rams. Bryant with possession at midfield, looking to dump it off. Taken by teammate Jenna Wade. Played over the top, header back toward midfield. Check pass by Yara to Diaz, now back to Yara. And stolen away by Letitia Kupilili. Lady Rail Splitters leading 1-0 as we go into the 9-minute mark of the first half. Coming up at the half, we will have the Family Medical Clinic halftime report. Boyd clears it away. It's going to tail off toward the end line, and Xander unable to get there, as that'll be a corner kick for the Golden Bears, or the Golden Rams. Not a lot to report at the half. We'll have your statistics and maybe take a look at what's on tap for this Saturday in college football. Bending ball toward the frame. Headed away by Carpenter. Bryant back toward the frame, and that'll prompt Taylor to come out and grab it on the fly. Outlet throw. Lady Rail Splitters trying to push upfield. Through the middle to Roach. Roach unable to make a turn, but drops back to Diaz. Long pass up to Carpenter. Played nicely. She'll come out wide to the near sideline. Carpenter keeps it in play. Back to Boyd. Boyd unable to get around that defender. And, boy, I'll tell you, what a job that Laura Valcourt has done here today on that defensive end of the field. She's one of the last defenders back there. Just a lot of speed, really, at her footsteps. Great ball up the field. This is a breakaway. Evans trying to get there. Evans rips a shot that I think that might have actually been a cross to Bryant, and it was well off the mark, as the Lady Rail Splitters will keep that in play. I think if her intent was to go to goal right there, she would have delivered something much better. Look to cross it to Bryant. Golden Rams have it back. Evans again. Can't get around the last LMU defender. Drops back. And an LMU player hit right in the face with that shot, and a stoppage in play at 7:04 as the shot was taken by Letitia Kupilili. And he is calling on the athletic training staff, as that appears to be Rachel Grant. I believe Grant telling him right now she's fine, but just a precautionary measure. Anytime you get something around the head, they're gonna probably call out an athletic trainer just to safely take a look. And she may, I don't know if they'll make her step off or not, but if so, it won't, and I think they're going to. It won't be but for just a second. Once the action begins, he'll call her back on. So a long first half of play here as Lincoln Memorial leads the Golden Rams of Albany State 1-0. And Coach Frazier's just going to make a substitution as Allison Flock checks in. She's a 5'3" junior from Charleston, Tennessee. Played at Walker Valley High School. Ball intended out wide for Roach. Roach trying to get around the defender, and there again to make the stop is Valcourt. Ball came off the near sideline, so LMU will have a throw in. And now they're going to give it to the Golden Rams. Not real sure what that's about. It's at the corner kick spot. But unless they're calling a foul on Lincoln Memorial, that'd be about the furthest I've ever seen a foul down through there. Yara takes the first ball. Carpenter plays through to Roach. Roach outside the box. Flick ball to the left side. Gets to the back of the frame. Beautiful shot by LMU's Stephanie Cawthorn. Cawthorn just lobbed one into the upper left side where the keeper was standing there. She couldn't get to it, didn't have the vertical to stretch out and get it, and had no choice but to sit there and watch it go in. So LMU takes a 2-0 lead as we just have gone under the 6-minute mark. 5:56 now to play first half. Roach with the assist. Temple will bring it out of the backfield. Carries a little bit of space. Now under pressure a little bit from Bryant. Up through to Carpenter. Now Diaz takes over. Long ball up the near sideline. Beautiful ball from Boyd. Boyd looking to turn the corner here. Sends across in front of the frame. Roach checked it, and it went right into the keeper's hands as she fell on it to her right. She was trying to get a good first touch. It was just a little bit much more than she wanted. And it allowed Whiteside to come in and fall on it. Great kick by Whiteside across midfield this time. Temple with the first ball. Diaz picks up the second. Out to the far side, Cawthorn picks it up. Now the drop back to Xander. Xander under pressure and plays it off the defender. And again, an LMU throw-in. Xander looking up for Cawthorn. Through to Yara. That ball intended for Carpenter, intercepted back there by the Golden Rams. Takeaway at midfield. Yara looking to go distance with it. Kicks up to Roach. Roach keeps it on the deck, and that's just going to roll right into the keeper's scoop. Last couple of punts by Whiteside have been excellent across midfield. Didn't have a lot of height on that one, but she has definitely got the distance. And that's against, well, right now the wind has gone limp over there on the flags, but out to the near side of the field. This is Evans under pressure from Carpenter. One of the few times this afternoon that the Golden Rams have been able to get the ball into LMU territory, and Carpenter kicks it off the end line, as that will be another corner for Albany State. 3:40 to go first half. 2-0 Lincoln Memorial. Lady Rail Splitters with a bit of a cushion here, but still looking to go on the attack. Through the box area. Bryant missed the opportunity. Another collision there at the top of the box, and I think that was Diaz. Actually, that was Yara again that was involved. Yara up through the far side, making the run, I believe, is either Cawthorn or Xander. Ball across to the top of the 18. Yara in a foot race to get to it, and kept in play by Albany State, but it's Carpenter that will get it back for LMU. Out to Yara in the midfield. Makes a great behind-the-back move. Out it goes to Diaz. Diaz shot deflected and cleared away by the last line of defense for Albany State. Turning the corner at midfield, this is Evans, sends it up line. Bryant's got some speed. She's going to race Temple to get to it. Temple plays it back to Taylor, and had she had another 5 yards to go, I think probably Bryant would have got to that ball first. Taylor content to keep it on the deck. And now Temple will carry the space the defense gives her. Up to Carpenter, back to defender. Looking to distribute here. Away to Diaz. And now it's Flock. Boyd unable to keep it in play on the near sideline. Got to have a better pass right there. You're not under pressure that much. You're going to have to make a better pass. Diaz brings it down off the throw-in. Plays toward the Flock. Now to the right side. Pulled in by Kristoff. Kristoff keeps it on the ground. Roach will get it under pressure. Xander playing it up that time. And crossed in front of the frame. Carpenter charging hard. And she'll get the goal off the ricochet. Carpenter with the goal. The pass was made by Kate Xander on a great cross. Carpenter had the first shot that was deflected and then got it on the second try. It was either off the side post or it was off the keeper, but nonetheless, she gets the goal, and it's 3-0 LMU as we have 1:19 to play first half. So possibly this Albany State defense is slowly wearing down. Xander steps in front of that one, gets it back for LMU. Stood up by the defender. Now they're in a scrap for it. The defender takes it away. And it'll be sent back into LMU territory where Taylor will get it. We're under a minute to go first half. And apparently there was a foul back there toward midfield. And we'll bring it back to the point of that infraction. 43 seconds to play. First half. Ball to the top of the box area, headed away by Lincoln Memorial. Picked up by Yara. Sent up to Roach. Check pass back to Yara. Yara looking to distribute. Up to Flock. Now the drop back on the far side. And away in the backfield to Kristoff. Switch to the near side. Temple. 19 seconds left to play. Now you're going back to Taylor. And I think at this point LMU might be playing for the half. They're not really looking to attack a whole lot. One final chance here. That one's going to go up line, and that'll do. Unless Boyd can get there first. She is in a foot race. What speed by Laura Valcourt of Albany State. And we are at the half here in Harrogate, Tennessee, as Lincoln Memorial takes a 3-0 lead into the intermission. Let's break away, and we'll be back with a look at your halftime statistics here on the LMU Sports Network.
One of the largest real estate companies between Knoxville and Lexington, the Realty Group of Tazewell and Harrogate, offers a full range of services to meet all your real estate needs. Whether buying, selling, or leasing, the Realty Group is licensed in Tennessee, Kentucky, and Virginia. View our listings today at tnrealtygroup.com or contact Realty Group at 423-626-6353 or the Realty Group 2 at 423-869-5111. At Realty Group, we are proud sponsors of Rail Splitter Athletics.
When you find something that fits just right, you stick with it. That's why more than 97% of our auto policy holders return every year. Get a quote today at FBITN.com.
Whether dine in or carry out, at Sagebrush Steakhouse, you'll find a menu full of flavorful items with emphasis on hand-cut steaks. Our menu has something for everyone and is served all day, every day, from our award-winning ribs, seafood, and chicken to our burgers, sandwiches, and salads. If you're in a hurry and have a budget, our lunch menu includes daily specials that are served 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. Have an upcoming event? Ask about our private dining room and catering services. Sagebrush, your hometown favorite steakhouse. reliability of a hometown pharmacy is more than just convenience. It's something you count on. That's why at Standard Drugs, we do more than fill your prescription needs. We provide drive-through service and have free local delivery within the Tazewell and New Tazewell city limits, as well as carry a complete line of over-the-counter home health care, DME, and veterinary products. Serving Tazewell, New Tazewell, and surrounding area for more than a decade. Standard Drugs, 420 North Broad Street, New Tazewell. Get out on the water with Anchor Marine of Speedwell, Tennessee. Powerful, reliable Yamaha outboard motors, luxurious sweetwater pontoons, and a variety of other new and pre-owned inventory that will get you out of the house and on the water is waiting for you. Anchor Marine also provides quality mechanic service, boat storage, and a large selection of marine parts and items to choose from. Get out on the water today. Call or stop by and see Winston, Randy, and all the folks at Anchor Marine. Anchor Marine, 6630 General C.W. Steiner Highway, Speedwell.
3-0 at the half. Lady Rail Splitters leading here after 45 minutes of play. LMU up on goals, two of them by Stephanie Cawthorn in the 8th minute and the 40th minute. First one unassisted, and it was off a corner kick that crossed the plane of the goal before the keeper punched it out. Cawthorn scored again at 39:06 with help from Patricia Roach and Melissa Carpenter. 30-yard long kick off the quick pass, and then Melissa Carpenter scoring the third and final goal of the first half, less than a minute and a half before the intermission, and that was unassisted as she got the rebound off of her own missed shot off the post and put it in. So Lincoln Memorial up 3-0. In terms of the actual statistics of the match, Albany State with 6 shots, only one of which was on goal. Lincoln Memorial with 19 shots, 8 on goal. Brooke Taylor with 1 save, and Abby Whiteside of Albany State with 5 and 3 goals against. So 8 total shots on goal by Lincoln Memorial, and Coach Frazier has got to tweak some things over there a little bit and make some minor adjustments. But this team in good position right now to take a lot of momentum into the second half and work on some things that they're going to need for this Saturday when they travel over to Wingate University to take on the Bulldogs in that South Atlantic Conference matchup. Again, don't forget the LMU women's volleyball team will be at home on Saturday, taking on Anderson University. We'll have that broadcast through the LMU Sports Network. They will also be at home on Friday night against Francis Marion. Now, as to whether that's going to be broadcast or not, that has not been divulged, and we're not sure of that. But you can most likely check the LMU Athletics website, LMURailsplitters.com, at tomorrow or at a later date to find out if, in fact, we'll have that to be aired on Friday evening. We've got about 10 minutes remaining in your halftime intermission. LMU leading 3-0 at the half here in Harrogate. Let's take this break, and we'll be back on the Lincoln Memorial University Sports Network.
Every day is a fiesta at Pelancho's Mexican Bar and Grill. 7 days a week, Pelancho's combines the taste of old Mexico with the atmosphere of the Tri-States by serving some of the finest food this side of the border. And if you're looking for something to quench your thirst, Pelancho has a wide selection of domestics, both bottom and on tap, as well as other adult beverages to whet your appetite. Enjoy great food, cold drinks, and a great time at Pelancho's. Pelancho's Mexican Bar and Grill, open Sunday through Thursday, 11 to 10, Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10:30. Join the fiesta!
At Edgewood Homes of Middlesboro, we go to any and all measures to ensure our customers are totally satisfied. We carry a wide selection of floor plans and energy-efficient homes to choose from, such as Cabco, Fleetwood, True Homes, Buccaneer, and Deer Valley. Our sales staff has a wealth of experience and has been satisfying home buyers' needs throughout Kentucky, Tennessee, and Virginia for more than 45 years. Financing is available, so let us make it easy for you. Visit us today and let us show you your next home. Edgewood Homes Supercenter, Middlesboro.
If you enjoy lakes, boating, mountains, and great food, you'll love Norris Landing Marina in Claiborne County, Tennessee. Located off Lone Mountain Road, Norris Landing Marina has these benefits for you. A 170-slip marina with seasonal rental slips, rental pontoon and pleasure boats, vacation cabins and cottages, a 23-space RV park, and Jimmy's Place Restaurant. Great food and casual dining in an on-the-water setting. Contact us and make the Norris Landing Marina your enjoyment destination.
Juggling my family schedule is a full-time job. Between school, dance practice, work, there's little time left to worry about much else. That's why I use real-time banking from Home Federal Bank. With real-time banking, I know that when I make a deposit, the money goes straight to my account. No delays, no waiting, no wondering. And I get to focus on what's important.
Real-time deposits, real-time access, real-time banking. from Home Federal Bank, always within reach.
At Emery Exterminating Company, we have more than 30 years experience in pest control and are a family-owned full-service company that utilizes integrated techniques to manage pests that invade your home or business. If you have a rodent, ant, or bug problem, Emery Exterminating is dedicated to reducing your insect and pest populations. Our belief is that we're only as good as our employees, and that's why each of our technicians are extensively trained with the latest technologies and are reliable, efficient, and professional at all times. For more information of what Emery Exterminating can do to rid your home of unwanted pests, contact us today. Emery Exterminating Company.
Welcome back to the LMU Soccer Complex. Lady Rail Splitters lead 3-0 at the half. Let's take a look now at the South Atlantic Conference standings as of today. Wingate University 4-0 in the league, 5-1 overall, but unranked nationally. Then you look back at Carson Newman University. They're 3-0-1 in league play, 6-0-1 overall. They are still ranked in the 9 spot nationally, and we'll talk about that in just a minute. After that, in the 3 spot, also at 3-0 in league play, Catawba. They are 4-2 overall. Tusculum comes in at the 4 spot at 3-1, 5-2. Queens University at 2-2, 4-2-1. Lenore-Rhine, fresh off of the win off of Lincoln Memorial on Saturday. They're 2-2 in league play, 4-2-1 overall. Actually, that's Queens. Lenore-Rhine 1-1-1, 4-2-1 overall. Anderson 1-2. 2-4-1, then Newberry 1-3, 2-6. Lincoln Memorial with no conference wins, one of 3 teams at 0-3. They're 4-4 overall entering this afternoon's match. Coker and Mars Hill bring up the back end of the pack, 0-3 as well, both 1-5-1 overall. So kind of a tight race at the top and kind of a hodgepodge down toward the middle, and then a lot of teams that are not by themselves in the cellar. The latest NCAA Division II women's soccer poll shows Western Washington at the number 1 spot, undefeated at 7-0. Kutztown is second with an 8-0 record, then Central Missouri in third, also 8-0. St. Edwards in the 4th spot this week, 6-0-2. Grand Valley State at 6-2 in the 5th spot. Adelphi occupies the 6th position at 7-0. California San Diego at 7 this week, 7-2 overall. North Alabama out of the Gulf South, 7-1 overall, and they occupy the 8th spot. Then, as we said, Carson Newman, 6-0-1. They were 9th last week. They're 9th this week. LIU Post, 6-1 in the 10 spot, and that's the top 10. After that, you got Flagler, Minnesota State, Colorado School of Mines, Columbus State, McKendree, Sonoma State, Quincy, Limestone, Nova Southeastern out of the South region, Southern New Hampshire, Mississippi College, West Florida also out of the South region, and Missouri Western State, and then Gannon University. No other LMU teams, or rather South Atlantic Conference teams receiving votes. I thought perhaps that Wingate might, but the only teams receiving votes this week is Regis, Texas A&M Commerce, Notre Dame College, Cal Poly Pomona, and North Georgia. We are going to take one more commercial break to do business with our sponsors, and when we come back, the second half will get underway as LMU leads the Golden Rams of Albany State 3-0 here at the LMU Soccer Complex. Back after this through the Lincoln Memorial University Sports Network.
When accidents happen, our 30 minutes or less ER service pledge can mean less waiting and faster care. The 30 minutes or less ER service pledge at Tenova Healthcare.
Whether traveling for business or pleasure, Sleep Inn and Suites of Middlesboro, Kentucky invites you to dream better here. Located at the foothills of the Cumberland Gap, Sleep Inn and Suites offers luxurious rooms equipped with microwave fridge combo, desk, ergonomic chair, wireless internet, and 32-inch flat-screen TV. While staying with us, visit our fitness center, wake up to our complimentary hot breakfast bar, or have a bedtime snack with our fresh-baked cookies. Sleep Inn and Suites, located off Highway 25E, Middlesboro. Pinnacle Performance Physical Therapy of Harrogate takes an individualized approach to treating people of all ages. Our therapists' goals are to assist patients in reaching the pinnacle of their performance at school, work, and play. We utilize state-of-the-art equipment such as the Ultra-G anti-gravity treadmill, used to rehabilitate injuries and pain throughout the body's lower extremities, and the Light Force Deep Tissue Laser Therapy, a drug-free way of treating pain throughout the body. Contact us for an appointment today. Pinnacle Performance Physical Therapy, 362 Catawba Avenue, Harrogate.
They stopped by for lunch and breakfast. And that's when he found true love. From favorite meals to favorite hats. Cracker Barrel Old Country Store. Enjoy every little thing. Stop by for our weekday lunch specials, just $5.99 with a different choice each weekday.
Since 1973, DeRoyal has been a leader and an innovator in manufacturing products for the healthcare industry. DeRoyal supplies more than 20,000 products and product lines such as acute care, orthopedics, wound care, and trauma. DeRoyal is proud to be the largest supplier of orthopedic soft goods to clinics and hospitals in the nation. Since its start in Tazewell, Tennessee, DeRoyal has grown to open factories in over 29 locations worldwide and employs over 2,000 people. DeRoyal, a name you can trust and an employer you can count on.
Coke Zero is now Coke Zero Sugar, with great Coke taste. Some people were excited to hear the news. Some were skeptical. So we're not going to have the star of the show you're watching come out and say, "You'll love it." No special jingle written by this week's hottest pop star. No famous internet celebs who happen to be holding the label just so. Okay, maybe just one little pour shot. The only thing that will make you believe Coke Zero Sugar has great Coke taste is trying it yourself. Ice-cold Coke Zero Sugar. Try one today.
Our 30 minutes or less ER service pledge means you'll find less waiting for the care you need. And because we're a full-service hospital, we can provide a lot more care if you need it. Less waiting, faster care at Tenova Healthcare.
Welcome back as we prepare for the second half of play. Lincoln Memorial leading 3-0 after the first 45 minutes of action here in Harrogate. LMU trying to get back above the 500 mark. They stand at 4-4 entering this afternoon's matchup. And it has been a landslide in LMU's favor offensively here throughout the first 45 minutes of this match. Again, the Lady Rail Splitters on the road this weekend along with the men's team over in Wingate, North Carolina, taking on the Bulldogs of Wingate University. And that proves to be interesting matchups for both of those teams. And, Wingate University, one of those schools that has an ESPN3 contract, so I would guess that those would be broadcast through ESPN3 this weekend. But right now, we've still got 45 minutes of regulation, and LMU yet to come out of the dugout area. And if you look over at Albany State, they're way over there in the shade of the scoreboard in the corner of the field. Not a lot of shade to be had over there, but a little bit of a surprise that the head coach of the Golden Rams, Alex Pickerel, has taken them over there that far and keeping them in the sun. You know, it's very warm out there today, and we've already had a mandated water break throughout the first half. That first half seemed to take an eternity. I don't know what it was, but it was just seemed like it was a lot longer than 45 minutes. We did have a few stoppages. We are still, there's been 45 on the clock for some time. Lady Rail Splitters now on the field. Now keep in mind that LMU will defend the southeast end zone this time, or southeast goal. And Albany State, the northwest goal, if you will, or north goal. And there is still a break in the action here. Neither team ready to get going yet. I mean, LMU just broke the huddle. They've been out on the field for some time, but Albany State no hurry to really get on the field. LMU will have possession to open the second half as, again, and they will attack from left to right on your TV screen or your computer monitor. Very lopsided first half in favor of Lincoln Memorial. And we are set to get underway. Now again, Albany State in no hurry, and the referee really not pressing them to get out there and get ready to go. Diaz to, that's actually Roach right there, if I'm not mistaken. Roach sends it into play, and we're underway. And the chance start again from the LMU faithful. LMU working it around on the defensive backfield. Their attack has been, for the most part, from the far side of the field. Carpenter hit through the interior. Couple of changes now in the LMU lineup that I can see. There's Boyd down the far sideline, got the pass from Perez, and that'll go off the end line for a goal kick. Starting the second half for the Lady Rail Splitters, Amanda Perez. She's a 5'2" junior out of Miami, Florida. Perez starting on the midfield, it appears. Whiteside with the goal kick, and headed up by Diaz. Challenge at midfield for it. Over to the far side, it's now taken by Boyd and sent upfield, but that'll be a throw-in for the Bears, or for the Golden Rams. Called them the Golden Bears a couple of times, and you have to wonder why, but I don't know. Diaz challenging. Boyd will clear it across midfield. Nothing but royal blue and white jerseys there. Boyd gets it back, and now picked up by LMU's Allison Flock. The drop back to Brooke Taylor. She's going to switch the field. Sends it to the near side. Kristoff will take over. Now across the grain to the far side. Temple pushing up, carrying space. Gives it to Carpenter. Stood up from behind. Plays through to Diaz. Ball to Boyd, making a great run. Boyd trying to switch directions now. Sends it through to Roach. Roach with a great flick pass. Shot off the top. That time by Perez, and a keeper save. Perez drilled one with the left foot, and it was right into the keeper's hands, bounced off of him, and thought another LMU player might get an opportunity. Here's Xander. Drops over to Perez. She's going to drop back to Cawthorn. Kristoff. Through the middle. Picked up by Diaz, and Diaz knocked to the deck. Gets it back, check pass across. Picked away by Valcourt off the far sideline, and LMU with a throw-in. Lady Rail Splitters have waited, less than 3 minutes. They've been pressuring since the opening touch. Turnover on the throw-in. Kupalili gives it back, now sent upfield. And that ball off of Albany State. Now to play right there at the midfield line. Now the linesman overruled by the referee, and it will go back with Albany State. Foul on the Lady Rail Splitters. That'll be on Temple. Temple call was showing advantage. 2 hands in the back. Ball sent into the box area. Bounces over one defender. Cleared away by Lincoln Memorial's Kristoff. And now taken by Roach. Roach has got a 1v2. Sends it out wide. Xander making a run. Draws some attention. Back over to Roach. Roach can't get there in time, and it's cleared back by Albany State. Perez trying to get it back. Couldn't do it. Pulled in by Kostrova. All in the box, Bryant. And a foul apparently on Bryant of Albany State, as one of the LMU players put a head on it and was knocked to the ground. Taylor will play to the near side. Kristoff has a lot of room to move. Through the seam, Roach back to defender, flicks it over left. Stolen away. De Silva Lima gets it back for the Golden Rams. Long pass up to the top now. Nice possession here for Albany State. And that one lost out of bounds off the first touch by Bryant, as it'll be an LMU goal kick. So already we've seen almost as much offensive attack by the Golden Rams than they had in the entire first half. They've actually had a couple of opportunities to get it down there deep. Taylor basically playing catch to feet back there in the backfield. Temple now taking it up the far side. Carpenter playing back to the field. Over to Perez. Pass up to Boyd. It's a little slow in materializing, but she gets it. Now changes direction. Across from the right side. That one gets out. Roach with a rip shot off the post. Oh, my goodness. Tough break. Boyd sent one right into the box, and Roach hit the left post with it. Tries it again. Xander charging hard, and this time Whiteside will gobble it up. So LMU with an opportunity to go up 4-0 right there, and they hit the far post. Good punt by Whiteside across midfield. Tracked down by the Lady Rail Splitters. Sent up through the middle. This is Xander on the run. They'll hit her at dead sprint. Xander's got one defender to beat. And that's a good one. Valcourt is a wall back there without a doubt. From the right side, LMU. There's the cross by Xander. Perez will pick it up after the ricochet. And she'll drop it back now to teammate Ellie Hilton. Hilton under pressure. Plays out wide to Xander. And then a little miscommunication as Xander thought that Hilton was going to break toward the goal and passed it in there. There was nobody home, so LMU will get the throw in by virtue of that cleared ball by the Albany State defense. Throw in intended for Roach. Roach not easily pushed off the ball by this Albany State defense. Cross, charging hard was LMU's Carpenter, but couldn't get to it in time. And another goal kick for the Golden Rams of Albany State. Essentially just underway here in the second half. Possession at the present with the Golden Rams, but taken away by Kristoff of Lincoln Memorial. Now recovered by Carpenter after the poor pass. Boyd drops back to Temple. And away to Taylor. Carpenter stood up from behind. Now double team. Plays through the middle. Diaz looking to distribute. Kristoff trying to get there before it rolls out of play. She'll track it down. Bouncing ball up through the midfield. Picked up now by Roach. And nobody out to the wide side to support Roach, but that was knocked away by Albany State anyway. It wasn't a pass. Diaz check pass to Roach. Roach flicks it to the middle. This is Perez. She's looking to the near side of the field. Now drops back away to Kristoff. Xander going up line. Hilton scrambling to get to it. Hilton crosses toward the frame, and that one picked up right next to the end line. So possession with Albany State. the goal kick toward midfield picked up by Xander. Kristoff across field to Temple. Now the drop back to Taylor again. LMU's been, for the most part, pretty patient today. They have rushed a couple of shots, but nothing major. Only twice before this season has LMU been able to tally 3 goals in a match, and that was in their first 2 outings of the year against Erskine and Tennessee Wesleyan. Cross in front of the frame, cleared by Kristoff. Carpenter will pick it up outside the box. Sends it up line. And Boyd unable to get there before Albany State's Janelle Corbett tracks it down. 5'6" junior out of Jonesboro, Georgia. Carpenter will steal it away. Long ball across the field, trying to get it to Hilton. Stolen by Bishop, and now in the midfield it's Kostrova. Hilton check pass now out on the near side of the field to Xander. Going upfield with it. Again, tracked down by Albany State, and we'll have a substitution for Lincoln Memorial as LMU will get into the lineup. Samantha Brum, she's a 5'7" junior out of Cottage Grove, Minnesota, played at Park High School. And it appears that she will check in the defensive backfield. Cleared up toward the midfield mark. Picked up now by LMU's Flock. Drop back to Kristoff. She'll carry some space before giving it up to Xander. That ball was deflected as well. Now the drop to Perez. And under pressure is Brum, and it's taken away, or actually knocked back, but Taylor keeping her cool as she stepped out way outside of the frame and gave it back to her teammates. Hilton to Perez. Kristoff to the far side of the field. That's Brum. So a throw in from the near sideline now for Albany State. 32-14 to play here. I want to remind you that coming up immediately following today's match, we'll be talking with head coach Sean Frazier about the team's effort, and we'll be selecting a Powerade game of the player of the game for the Powerade post-game show. Kristoff plays it across. LMU just kind of knocking it around right now. Through the far side of the field. Again, Albany State coming up with possession. Plays it through down the right side. Under pressure is Lincoln Memorial's Hilton, or rather Brum, who had to play it over to Taylor. And now Lincoln Memorial pushing it upfield as Kristoff gets it to Roach. Over to Perez. Perez looking for options through the middle. Flock trying to play to feet far side. Carpenter staying with it. Boyd picks it up. Boyd trying to make a great move around the defender and couldn't get there, as that was another valiant effort by Laura Valcourt. She is a great defender back there. Done a nice job so far. 30-40 to go in this final half of regulation. Throw into Flock. She'll drop it back on the far side of the field. Switched over to Kristoff. Ball sent up line. Hilton in a foot race with Bryant. And we talked about Bryant's speed earlier. That'll be a goal kick for Albany State once more. You know, it's unfortunate that you don't really get this support from the student body like this all the time at the weekend games, because many of them all play other sports and they're gone here, they're gone there, et cetera, or they're playing their own sports here at home. Women's tennis over there on the courts today and practice. And, of course, you know, this past weekend I think golf might have been gone. .29-25 to play. And a foul called at midfield now on Albany State. Kind of a lull in the action here at the moment. Lincoln Memorial has not been able to put one in here in the second half, but it has still been all Lady Rail Splitters. Ball right at the keeper. What a kick that one was. Keeper would have given up a goal had she not been able to get that one. Whiteside. Good punt across midfield. First ball taken by the Golden Rams. Second ball picked up by them as well. Ball up line, foot race to it in the box. And kicked off the end line. That will be a corner for Albany State. Sorry about that. Some of the players coming through the crowd mic right there. Some of the women's basketball team. Corner kick headed toward the top of the box. Bounces off the pitch. Carpenter clears it out. Rip shot towards Taylor, and that was from well over 40 yards out by the Golden Rams' Roberta da Silva Lima. LMU with possession now as Zander hands it at midfield. Plays out wide to Hilton. Long pass up line for Zander. She's in a foot race, and there's Valcourt again to bail out the Golden Rams. Takes it away, and now she'll carry space back the other direction. Has yet to give it up. Finally does. Perez takes it away. Roach with the flick. The drop now back to Whiteside to prevent any possible more damage by Lincoln Memorial. Hilton clearing it back to Taylor. And LMU will try the other side. Good defensive effort at midfield by Lincoln Memorial, but a foul called. And so the Golden Rams will have it in a direct spot here to get it deep into LMU territory as they push up the field. Again, you have to take your hat off to these young ladies, because to be 0-6 on the year and have not yet scored a goal, I mean, it takes a lot to just get out there on the field and play. Carpenter comes up with it off the kick, now sends it out in front of the dugout area, and that'll go right out at midfield back to Albany State. As I said when this game started, LMU just needed a shot in the arm. They needed some confidence, and Usually a win cures all ailments, but that doesn't bring back Gabby Garcia or tell them what the outcome will be of the assessment on Caroline Souza. Both vital parts to the starting lineup and big contributors offensively and defensively. Flock unable to get there, but taken away by Lincoln Memorial. Played out wide for Xander. Xander makes her turn, sends it up line. Foot race. Hilton's going to get there first this time. She'll try to turn the corner. Hilton looking to cross, sends it through, and it's knocked off the end line by Laura Valcourt, who has just been a huge part of the defensive effort today by Albany State. Jenna Wade came into today's match with Lincoln Memorial for Albany State as the leading offensive threat with 11 shots this year, 6 of which have been on goal. But she has not been able to find the frame today, as the team has not been to this year. Flick toward the interior of the box, cleared away, brought down by Lincoln Memorial at a third field. Drop back to LMU's Kate Xander, now right side over to Hilton. Perez pressured from behind. He's trying to stay with it. That ball off of Lincoln Memorial. Basically, she was pushed off the ball that time by Kostrova. Lady Rail Splitters trying to get back on the defensive. Long ball upfield. Carpenter was challenging. Boyd picks up a defensive deflection back there, and it'll stay with Albany State. Now Boyd gets it back. Switch of the field, trying to hit Hilton on the near sideline, speeding to get to it, unable to keep it in play. She was about a step behind on that one. And a mandatory water break now issued by the officials as we stop the clock at the 23:05 mark of the second half. LMU still on top, 3-0 here in Harrogate, Tennessee. We're back right after this on the LMU Sports Network.
For over 42 years, Danny England Motors has been the automotive sales leader in Claiborne and surrounding counties. Prioritizing quality over quantity and boasting superior customer service, we stand above the rest in delivering automotive excellence. Visit us at the 421 North Block in New Tazewell for selection and service. Visit us on Facebook, Instagram, and of course DannyEnglandMotors.com for new arrivals, local wholesale trades, and more. Go Rail Splitters! DannyEnglandMotors.com.
Yesteryear Country Market is your destination for the finest and freshest foods in the tri-state area. Yesteryear features a variety of groceries, natural foods, and homemade desserts like their mudslide brownie and strawberry pudding. Yesteryear also has baked goods prepared fresh every day, such as their freshly baked breads sold by the loaf, or they can be put on a sandwich from their deli. Yesteryear Country Market, located at 1453 Highway 63 in Cumberland Gap.
Nothing Lincoln Memorial as the two teams now come back out on the field following that mandatory water break taken by the referees on this hot Tuesday afternoon. And that's been a good move over the last few years that the college officials have made. It actually, I think, is at the discretion of the referee as to whether that break can be taken. But good safety precaution to have. You know, you have, in this day and age of athletics, you have lightning detectors now. If they detect lightning within a certain distance, stoppage is called. You know, on hot days like this, it would be a shame to see somebody drop from heat stroke just because they didn't have enough water in a 45-minute match. So good decision by the referees to do that on days like this. Ball knocked out of play. That'll be Albany State possession. Actually, Lincoln Memorial possession. To the far side of the field is LMU Samantha Brum. Brum under pressure, sending it up line. LMU going back and forth, and that one rolled off the sideline. So the Golden Rams are going to get possession right in front of their own dugout on the throw-in. Up line contested. Again cleared out by Lincoln Memorial. Thrown across, and a foul on LMU just outside the box area on the right side of the field, the far side. That may have been on Caitlin Tisch. It's hard to really tell from here. She was the closest one to the play. Nonetheless, they will have a kick directly from the right side of the box area. So a lot of bodies stacked up in the box now. Bending toward the frame area, headed to the right side. And Albany State has their first goal of the season. That goal by number 6, Jenna Wade, and she is their leading scorer, or a leading shot taker. Let's say that she is their leading scorer now as well, with 1 goal in the year. So the Albany State Golden Rams get their first goal of the season off that kick, and LMU now with a 3-1 lead. We've still got some time to play here, folks. 21-26. And as I've said many times, you don't want to get too complacent. Perez taking it now from Kristoff over to Hilton. Now the drop back to Kristoff and straight through to Taylor. Switch of the field to the far side. Carpenter trying to make a turn at midfield. Under pressure from the defender. Gets around her. Carries some space. Good pass up line. That's Tisch making a move. Tisch stood up on the far sideline by Valcourt, who again takes it away. Valcourt now carrying space. Lead pass up to Kupalili. And a foul on Lincoln Memorial at midfield. Three to 1. As the Golden Rams have the only goal here in the second half. Brooke Taylor scooping it up in the box for Lincoln Memorial. And she'll give a roll outlet to the near sideline as Kristoff will take over. Kristoff looking for options. Plays through the middle now to Roach. Roach looking to turn. Plays up. Diaz flicks it out to the far side. No LMU jerseys there. That was only an Albany State player, and I'm not quite sure what she was trying to do unless she mishit the ball and intended it to go to Carpenter. Tisch tussed that one out of play for Lincoln Memorial, and that'll stay with Albany State. And the header out of play, far sideline, apparently off of one of the Albany State players, because Lincoln Memorial had the header. Now more than 70 minutes into this match, as the Lady Rail Splitters will get some substitutions into the lineup once more. And we will see for the first time today Caitlin Waddle, 5'8" junior out of Corbin, Kentucky, and re-entering Rachel Grant. Perez switches the field over to Hilton. Hilton read perfectly that time by Bishop. Another opportunity and an offside call on Albany State as they managed to squeeze one into the box for Bryant, and Bryant was standing offside. Lincoln Memorial had a 3-0 lead at the intermission. They have yet to score here in the second half. And the referee now stopping. I don't know if he's called for a stoppage. He just blew his whistle, as he may not have been ready to go. A little bit of an odd call right there. Rum takes it to the far side, now cuts back to Taylor. Switch of the field to Kristoff. Up intended for Xander. She was hassled from behind by the defender, and Albany State still scrapping for it. Hilton battling. Flicks it up to Roach, and a foul now on the Golden Rams. Hilton was really having to battle for anything she could get as far as the touch of the ball is concerned, and surprised the official let it go that long before he blew the whistle. Here's Kristoff's ball into the top of the 18. Gets over to the far side, and a headshot by Carpenter just wide left. I think it was actually touched by the keeper, so that'll be a corner for the Lady Rail Splitters. And we saw LMU's first goal come in this very same manner, although the wind blowing a different direction than this one. This would blow the ball away from the frame. 16:40 left to play. LMU with a 2-goal lead. And here comes the corner kick. Sailing across in front of the frame. Punched out off the inline by the keeper. Oddly enough, that one too bent against the wind and back toward the frame. It very close to going in on its own if she hadn't been able to get a hand on it. Lady Rail Splitters have had 2 like that today. It appears Carpenter will take this corner. Wind really starting to pick up behind out here in front of the press box area. Carpenter with the right leg sends it across. Streaking hard down the left side was LMU's Samantha Brum, but it'll roll off the far sideline, and the Golden Rams will have it on the throw-in. Beg your pardon, Lincoln Memorial throw-in. Roach turns the corner toward the end line, sends it across. The keeper comes out and falls on it. And so Whiteside preventing any opportunities there for Lincoln Memorial. There wasn't really another player that was threatening, but closest player in the vicinity was LMU's Caitlin Waddle. Kick across midfield. First ball by Lincoln Memorial. Tisch gets the second one. Roach trying to bring it down. Drops back and away to Grant. Perez played it to the far side. Again back to Brum and across to Kristoff. Kristoff carrying the space the defense gives her, put under pressure by Bryant. Hilton with a good deflection. Sent up line for Xander. Xander looking for options. And that one deflected by Valcourt, out of play off the near sideline. Throw in Lincoln Memorial. Valcourt plays equally well side to side as she does up and down the field. Great move on Valcourt that time by the Lincoln Memorial forward. That was Caitlin Waddle. Unfortunately, she was so surprised that she was open, she didn't take the shot with her right foot off that left foot touch. And then the ball was deflected out of play for an LMU corner. She made a great move around Valcourt. I've not seen anybody be able to shake her as easily as that today. Quite possibly the Albany State defense, a lot of these players have been on the field for a long time. They just don't have a whole lot of reserve. Brum brings it down and sends it back to Perez, far side of the field. Grant now out of the backfield. And knocked away. Kristoff will recover. Over to Perez again. Check pass to the top of the box. Hilton heads it toward the right side. And the Golden Rams with the angle there. Hilton clears it out on the contested ball at midfield, and a substitution now for Albany State, one of the few they've had today, as we see coming in Bailey Wade. She is a defender forward, 5'1" junior out of Fort Dodge, Iowa. Wade handling it on the near sideline. Hilton contesting. Nice flick by Wade. That one rolled out, but the referee, or linesman rather, did not call it. Looked like it rolled off the line onto the near side of the field, and he said it was still on the line. Valcourt had it taken away by Perez. Sent across. Grant plays it over to Hilton. Good ball that time to Hilton. Check pass right side to Xander. Xander looking across with it. Shakes one defender, sends it back to Hilton. Hilton looking to place it in the box area. Nice ball in there, headed around, goes to the far side of the end line, and that'll be an LMU corner as it was last touched by Albany State. The Bears remain under pressure. The Rams, rather, remain under pressure. I don't know why I keep calling them the Golden Bears. But the Rams remain under pressure by the LMU attack, and I'm sure that's what Sean Frazier has told them to do here today. He wasn't happy with their offensive attack entirely in the last match. They played hard. Pretty good looking effort that time on the kick by LMU's Samantha Brum, but it went wide right. It was touched by Albany State, so it'll be another LMU corner. Crosses the box area, flick towards the box. Perez unable to get to it, cleared out, and knocked to the far sideline by Wade. That'll be another LMU throw-in. You know, the Lincoln Memorial women have not been to the NCAA tournament in quite some time. I think it's been more than a decade, if I'm not mistaken. They made it as far as the Elite Eight in the 2004 or 5 season. Shot toward the right side, actually right at the keeper. And I believe that was Grant for another keeper save by Whiteside. Approaching the 10-minute mark. LMU winning almost every challenge ball at midfield. Through the right side, Waddle. Trying to hit Xander on the run, just played that one a bit too hard, and that'll go out for a goal kick. Substitution for the Lady Rail Splitters. As checking in will be Hannah Ratliff, a 5'7" junior out of Somerset, Kentucky. And she will replace Patricia Roach, the 5'10" senior out of St. Jacinto, California. Hilton challenges, sends it across. Second ball taken by Albany State. Sent across midfield. Playing right to feet on Evans. Now sent up toward the top of the 18. And challenged hard. Taylor got a hand on that one as the shot was taken from the left side or across by Bryant. But when the ball came to the top of the box, Taylor couldn't come out and grab it with her hands outside the box. and was really kind of forced to lay off of it. Whiteside kicks it towards midfield. Valcourt comes down with the second ball. Sent upfield by Bishop. And brought down at midfield by Zander. Zander under pressure. Double team now, has no options. And it's taken away by Wade. Got a little careless with it right there. And a foul on Grant by Lincoln Memorial. Contact there at the about the 2/3 field mark. So the last goal scored was by Albany State, and it was on a kick in a set piece. And now the referee talking with Ratliff about what he will and won't accept as far as the verbiage there. Deep ball into the box. It'll ride off the end line untouched. Goal kick for the Lady Rail Splitters. Clock running in LMU's favor as they lead it by 2 goals. They have yet to score here in the second half, however. They've really not pressed the issue with some of the players that started the match, but they have played more than likely the entire bench. We may have 1 or 2 players that have not played yet. It's quite possible. Hilton trying to get around the defender, can't do it. Stood up by Sydney Bishop, and she played it right off of Hilton to get it back for Albany State. Caitlin Waddle battling on the midfield. Grant will get it back. Drops back to Kristoff and to Taylor. As far as I know, Kristoff hasn't been off today. She may have gone out for a short time, but if she did, I don't remember it. And a foul on Lincoln Memorial, impeding the progress of the defender there, who had made contact with it, sending it upfield. Wind has switched directions here today. It's now blowing to the southwest. Direct ball into the box area, flicked around. Hilton's going to run behind it, send it upfield toward the midline, and that'll go out just about dead even at center field, at midfield. Throw in goes short. Waddle takes it away, now loses possession. And a foul from behind on the Golden Rams, giving LMU possession on the Albany State end of the field. It'll be left for Jacqueline Kristoff. Stephanie Cawthorn with 2 of the 3 goals today for Lincoln Memorial. Carpenter with the other. There's Valcourt to deflect that shot out of play. That one taken by Roach, and that'll be a corner kick for Lincoln Memorial. We are under 5 minutes. And LMU threatening again with yet another corner kick. Brooke Taylor, the LMU goalkeeper, is all the way up almost to midfield. Ball headed around in the box area. That'll go out of play, and that'll be a goal kick for the Rams. Long pause by Whiteside. Perez with a header. Valcourt's going to be put under pressure. Now Whiteside clears it up. Check pass back. Picked up by Valcourt. Knocked to the near sideline, and Hilton runs in front of it. Up to Roach. Roach gets around Valcourt, plays it across the middle. Perez unable to push off the ball. Jenna Wade. Sent back across by Hilton. Bending ball will come to Perez, who will drop back to the far side of the field. Through to Perez again. LMU threatening, cross in front of the frame. Waddle knocked to the deck, and again, a lot of contact there. You kind of wonder why there's not a foul called in that situation. She was spun completely around. She went for the header and knocked off of her feet, but I guess being a 50-50 ball right there, both had the opportunity to get to it. So the final substitution, more than likely, of the day for Albany State is Biana Baptiste, a 5'4" freshman from McDonough, Georgia. Ball upfield, Xander in a foot race. And in a pushing match with Bryant, that will go to the corner for a Albany State corner kick. 2:15 to play. Rams trail by 2 goals. The goal that was scored earlier by Jenna Wade, their first of the season. Headed away in the box by Lincoln Memorial. Rams get it back. Again, chipped toward the far side of the field, an offside call against Albany State. So that pulls us down to about 1:45. I think it's one of those situations where if you're head coach Alex Pickrell, you're happy with the way your team's played. You made progress getting your first goal of the season, but today you gave up that lead too fast, and it was too much to overcome. Powerade postgame wrap-up coming up next. We'll be talking with LMU head coach Sean Frazier, as well as your player of the match, Stephanie Cawthorn. One minute to play.
1 minute remaining. 1 minute.
Bishop at midfield. Waddle trying to stay with her defensively, sends one across the top. Taylor will come out and close the distance, and she gobbles it up. Lincoln Memorial will improve to 5-4. They'll get the region win. But with 4 losses on the season in a very tight race throughout the South Atlantic Conference, more than likely they would have to win out and beat some of the teams that are at the top of the league in order to work their way into the top of that picture of region play at this point. Of course, the South Atlantic Conference tournament for women's soccer, I believe, does have an automatic bid, but I don't think the men's bracket does. LMU will win this one here today as they'll improve to 5-4 with a 3-1 win over Albany State. All 3 goals coming in the first half. And with that, your Powerade postgame wrap-up is coming up next. We'll talk with head coach Sean Frazier and your player of the match, Stephanie Cawthorn. It's coming up next through the LMU Sports Network.
It's the Old Town Grill.
The Old Town Grill is a special place where you bring more than family, more than friends. Bring a hearty appetite, because at the Old Town Grill, you'll never walk away hungry. A delicious change from the ordinary. The perfect place to bring the entire family. The best food and plenty of it. Join the fun and treat your appetite to something special.
It's the OTG.
The OTG is the place to be.
It makes a difference when a physician is trained to truly listen. At the LMU Medical Clinic, it is our mission to provide the highest quality medical care possible for our community, in our community. Our physicians are trained in the philosophy of osteopathic medicine. We look beyond your symptoms and take the time to get to know you as a whole person, from children to adults and everyone in between. We don't see patients, we see people.
From good food to good music, Angelo's in the Gap has your recipe for a good time. Whether it's our signature cuisines, piping hot and fresh from the oven, or our cold selection of domestic beers and other adult beverages, Angelo's blends your taste buds with the finest local music around Wednesday through Saturday night. If you're looking to unwind or to begin pregame, catch Angelo's Happy Hour from 4 to 6 p.m. daily in the vault. Angelo's open 4 to 11 p.m. Monday through Thursday, 4 p.m. to midnight Friday, noon to midnight on Saturday, and noon to 9 p.m. Sunday. Angelo's in the Gap.
Make Boone's BP your destination for everything from gas, snacks, and soft drinks to beer, wine, and lottery tickets. Boone's has some of the cheapest prices in the tri-state area. And while you're there, visit their 24-hour ice house to make sure your beverages are the coldest around. Boone's is just a short drive from Harrogate and Middlesboro and is open Monday through Thursday 6 to 10 p.m., Friday and Saturday 6 to 11, and Sunday 7 to 10. Boone's BP, located on 58 across from the Buffalo.
Since 1959, Giles Industries has built more than 86,000 quality homes through craftsmanship of team members from the tri-state area. Our clients are extremely important to us, and we're looking for team-oriented family members which allow us to continue that level of excellence known to come with the Giles brand. Our team members receive above-average pay, great health, dental, and vision coverage, a 401k retirement package, and up to 2 weeks paid vacation following the first year of employment. Contact us about joining our Giles Industries family. Giles Industries, quality homes built by family for family. Whether dine in or carry out, at Sagebrush Steakhouse, you'll find a menu full of flavorful items with emphasis on hand-cut steaks. Our menu has something for everyone and is served all day, every day, from our award-winning ribs, seafood, and chicken to our burgers, sandwiches, and salads. If you're in a hurry and have a budget, our lunch menu includes daily specials that are served 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. Have an upcoming event? Ask about our private dining room and catering services. Sagebrush, your hometown favorite steakhouse.
At Minton Family Dental Care, we do more than your ordinary dentist. From cavity prevention, teeth cleaning and whitening, to digital radiographs, Velscope cancer screenings, digital impressions, and soft tissue lasering. Dr. Jessica Minton provides the highest quality dental care to children of all ages and adults alike, and is a member of the American Dental Association and the Tennessee Dental Association. We have an easy payment plan, accept all major dental insurances and all major credit cards. Make your family's next dental appointment today. Minton Family Dental Care.
Welcome back. We're a little bit short-handed here today. We apologize, folks. LMU 3-1 winner today over Albany State. Stephanie Cawthorn, your player of the match. She scored twice today. First in the 8th minute, 7:39 to be exact. It was unassisted off of a corner kick that crossed the plane of the goal before the keeper could punch it out. The second one came just minutes later in the 40th minute. Patricia Roach, Melissa Carpenter with the assist on that 30-yard kick off of a quick pass. Looked like early in the match we were getting a lot of opportunities, and you were feeling it.
Yes, it was a really good match. The corner was a good way to start, and we scored off that, and the energy was really good, so it just continued on throughout the match.
When you take the corners, obviously, that's predetermined, I think, for the most part, depending on what the strength of your leg is in that regard. The wind at that time happened to be blowing toward the southeast, so it kind of helped your kick toward the goal.
It did. I was looking at that, and right when I kicked it, I think the wind helped it head towards the goal instead of out in the middle where all the players were, so it was lucky, I think.
This has been such a turmoil of a week in terms of losing Gabby Garcia last week, for the season. We still don't know the extent of the injury to Caroline Souza, but she's got to have an MRI done. But this team needed a shot in the arm today. Did we get it?
Yes, I think this was a real confidence booster, and we needed it to help us move forward in our season. Hopefully it continues, and we keep high intensity and doing well without those people. So.
A lot of players today getting to play on the roster. Obviously, a team that you played today in search of their first win didn't get it today, but
Good confidence booster for us. This Saturday we got to go on the road and play a Wingate team that's right at the top of the South Atlantic Conference race.
Yeah, we struggled with that last year. We lost them pretty bad. So this year we're hoping to come out strong and show that we've changed and we're better and we're working hard to look for a good season.
Good deal. Stephanie, congratulations. Good luck this weekend.
Yeah.
Stephanie Cawthorn, your player of the match. We'll get Coach Frazier in here and talk with him about today's win. And Coach, we knew coming in that this was a first-year program, a team that had struggled here early. But before we talk about our team's play today, you got to take your hat off to a team like that. They come in 0-6, haven't scored all year, just to lace them up and get out there on the field's enough. But they played with a lot of heart today and life.
They did. They have a very good coach who is gonna do really good things with them, and you know, their goalkeeper did well today. Made a few good saves too. So you know, they've done well. Fair play to them.
Well, I thought the Whiteside was excellent in the frame today. Valcourt back there is almost a wall defensively on that last line on the field. But let's talk about your team. I mean, as I said to Stephanie Cawthorn a minute ago, such a turmoil week in terms of the players that have gone down with injuries, the losses that we endured with Lenore Ryan on Saturday. This team really needed a shot in the arm today.
Yeah, you know, and it's tough to sort of wind them back up twice in a row, you know, especially you still have the hangover of some of the, you know, like the loss the other day. It's still a little bit of fatigue. It's a Tuesday game rather than a regular Wednesday game. You know, we've obviously, Alyssa didn't play, P hasn't played, Suze's hurt, Gabby's having surgery today, Temps has had to come off injured, Rachel's had to come off injured. The list goes on, man, so we've got to get healthy and go again on Saturday.
Talk about what you felt like we did good today, what you were pleased with.
I'm pleased we won. That's obviously important. But, you know, for the most part, some of the possession was good. But a couple of times, like, I'll give you an example. The possession wasn't good when we gave the throw-in away that then led to giving a free kick away. You know what I mean? We've got to turn around and play to the goalkeeper then and just play out of trouble. Little things like that is where we're, you know, you can tell we're in trying to change this program and trying to change the philosophy of the way that things are. We're not a long ball team. We got now and again, because we were so on top, we started playing too many long balls and getting greedy, things like that, and that's what we've got to change. The mentality of the team has to change with that, and it is. We see it in training. We've done really well. Like I said, I'm pleased. I'm pleased with where the program is in general. I'm disappointed that we're not. How many games we played? 9, 8-1. I'm disappointed we're not 8-1. We could have well been 8-1. So you know, a lot of good things happening.
This weekend, obviously, you're going to have to pick it up a tremendous amount. You're going to take on the top team in the league in Wingate University on their home field. If I'm not mistaken, that's probably going to be an ESPN3 game, and so it's going to be a high-profile game, to say the least.
Awesome. That's what we want. We want big games, you know, and we knew we were going to play good teams. We've got a good schedule this year, and not only a good schedule in terms of the teams, but the coaching that we're playing against as well, which is good. You can always play against, you know, terrible teams who have terrible coaches and terrible players. We haven't been doing that. We've been playing some good teams, and you know, that's what we want, because that's how we grow and that's how we develop and that's how we challenge ourselves.
Coach, congratulations. Best of luck Saturday against the Bulldogs.
Thanks a lot.
Sean Frazier, head coach of the Lady Rail Splitters. They win it here today. Again, your final score, 3-1. Stephanie Cawthorn with goals in the 8th and the 40th minute. Melissa Carpenter polished things off for the Lady Rail Splitters, scoring at the 43-41 mark with an assist by Kate Zander. And then the final goal of the match was scored by Albany State, their first of the year. Jenna Wade scored that goal with help from Letitia Kupaluli. That's all the time we have from the LMU Soccer Complex. Thanks for watching. We appreciate your support of Lincoln Memorial University Athletics. We'll see you this weekend as the Lady Rail Splitter volleyball team is in action here at home here on the LMU Sports Network. So long, everybody.